short shit that is so much more nuanced than what this basic understanding bitch fucking does. So then I gotta fucking sit around here and then I gotta explain all this shit. See, if I knew you were gonna do this shit, I would have been like, no, fuck that shit. We can hit that shit tomorrow. You fucking limey asshole.
I think that was a good reaction. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a great reaction.
Weeds on the tracks, on the tracks, on the tracks.
You want to do a surprise reaction real quick? It'll be a quick one. You want to check out this 2-minute video real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, that's what's up. I want to see what you say about this. All right, and also in the comment section, I'm gonna need you guys to let me know how you feel about this.
But the real truth of the reason why people hate the Queen has nothing to do with the colonization. It has something to do, which, by the way, just to be clear, the Brits invading Africa actually represents, and this is going to get me in trouble, but it was, if you look at how forward it brought the African colonies, it ended up being a net positive. Now, this is, of course, it's going to get me in trouble because people somehow think that Africans were living happily ever after and things were great, and then the horrible English, British descended upon and murdered everybody, and the French suddenly murdered everybody, and that just isn't the truth. Obviously, the African nations had slavery, just like the European nations had slavery. So it's an evil that was not started, did not begin in Europe, actually. It can actually be traced back to Muslim origins. And for whatever reason, people have this fantastical rendition of history where they think that it was only white people that ever did anything bad, when in fact the truth is that even in terms of our own history, American history, it was the Africans that were selling the Africans.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What the fuck? Are you serious?
It's as basic as gin and mirrors. I talk about this in my book. Like, it was at really basic things. And when Europeans set out to end slavery, by the way, it was white men that were the first in the world to abolish the slave trade, right? People don't like that.
Oh, Lord.
Very inconvenient fact from the narrative that when people are evil.
I thought we was doing Little Mermaid.
we all right. Once we get through this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You mean you don't agree with? You don't agree with her?
I do not have the energy for this retarded ass bitch that had the audacity to say that the slave trade started with fucking, the Arabs. Bullshit! This ignorant fucking bitch. Are you fucking kidding me?
Look at this. She said white men were the first ones to abolish slavery. Well, I mean, who the fuck else would have done it?
Bro, this bitch is a whole damn lie. Not only is this bitch alive, but her whole understanding of slavery and how it was, parceled out and everything is a motherfucking, everything. Dude, see, this is what I'm talking. You always want to show me some short shit that is so much more nuanced than what this basic understanding bitch fucking does. So then I gotta fucking sit around here and then I gotta explain all this shit. See, if I knew you were gonna do this shit, I would have been like, no, fuck that shit. We can hit that shit tomorrow. You fucking limey asshole. You fucking piece of shit. Rob, fuck you. Tomato, tomato, boo, boo, nigga, boo, fucking boo.
I think that was a good reaction. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a great reaction. Look. All right, so here we go. Look, we got the black conservative perspective here. Disney.
No, we can't go straight there. No, we gotta do this shit now.
All right, go ahead.
You forced me. No, okay, let's just put this in perspective real quick, people. No, there was slavery well before fucking Arab times. If you don't know this shit, please go look it up. The fact of the matter is there's been slavery in Rome, Egypt, fucking in different fucking places. But they had different types of slavery. Again, understanding that there was different types of slavery, the type of slavery that we're talking about in the West Coast, which, westernized slavery, okay, it was a different type of slavery that they even had in fucking Africa. Now, yeah, did they have slavery in Africa? Yes. Did they fucking see? And again, I'm going to go there, but I'm going to make this very quick. We can prove, okay, we can prove that the slavery that was going on in Africa was not the same kind of slavery that was going on when it came to black folks on black folks. It was not the same kind of Africa as westernized slavery. Even in the UK, all the way to westernized US slavery and North American slavery and Southern American slavery, it was not the same. So her fucking trying to make it seem like Africans were just fucking, treating their slaves just like fucking the UK or fucking North and South America is utter fucking nonsense, and it's bullshit, and it can be proven. So, you know what I mean? Do you believe the Israelites were slaves? Like to who? To Egyptians? No, there's no fucking evidence of that. No, absolutely not. No, there's no evidence outside of the fucking Bible. Did that ever fucking happen? There's not even any kind of physical evidence that was happening in Egypt when fucking, Egypt was supposedly using slaves. Not only that, had they used Israelite slaves, it would have been more of a problem to actually use slaves in the way that they made it sound like in the Bible. It's absolute bullshit and wouldn't never work. The people who actually worked on the fucking the pyramids and things of that nature were not slaves for the most part, for a very large part. If there were slaves, there were very few, and it wasn't as many as like 2 million, like fucking the Bible says. That's absolutely, utterly nonsense. They couldn't have even done that financially or fucking economically, or even with food. It wasn't possible in the context of the Bible. That is just absolutely absurd and dumb. And anybody that actually does any kind of research will understand that. And nobody will ever back up the claim of the fucking Bible of Israelites being the slaves underneath fucking blah, 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 Egyptian Pharaoh. You couldn't tell me which Pharaoh it was under. And if you try to say it was Ramses or Ramses II, wrong. Okay. I'm dead serious too. I'm dead fucking serious. You can't tell me where, you know what I mean? You couldn't tell me where the fuck they crossed over. And if you try to say it was the Red Sea, wrong. 472 meters on one side going straight down, and 951 meters on the other side going straight up. How are you going to do that? What, you jumping off that motherfucker? No, nigga, that's not how it happened. Not only that, but the name of the river that could have possibly been the river or the sea that they crossed through isn't even pronounced correctly inside the fucking Bible. So that would be wrong too. So there's so many problems with that narrative, that story, and even the number of slaves inside the Bible. It wouldn't have been possible. They would have had to feed the slaves more than they could have fed their own people at the fucking time. So it wouldn't have been like, it's not plausible. Plus, it wouldn't have been feasible because, you either feed your people or you feed the slaves. Either you had to keep those slaves, those 2 million so-called slaves, super healthy in order to build these pyramids, or, and they're going to take away food from the fucking regular people of that country, or they were being paid with food, wine, beer, and a whole bunch of other different things, and they were working willingly. And with the fucking all the fucking, when they looked at the sites in which they were living at, which is right around the pyramid, all of them were not slave sites. They weren't sites. They were literal sites with homes, rooms, houses where whole families lived. That is not a slave encampment. That's not how they looked. So again, every single part of that narrative of the Bible, fucking having Israelite slaves, is absolutely, utterly nonsense. Okay? So that's all I'm going to speak on that. And if you really want to get into it, me and my boy is going to start a channel talking about the history of Abrahamic belief systems, and we're going to really get into that shit, and I'll go deeper on that shit, and I'll prove every single thing that I'm talking about, and everything in that Bible is bullshit. Okay, now.
Hell yeah, coming soon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Weeds on the tracks, on the track.